Ladies and gentlemen, Taurea Vision Avant here. Yes! Thank you, darling. Well, listen, on today's show, we're switching it up. Now, we know it's Sunday, right? Normally on Sunday, we would have one of our power talks that you guys would get a chance to see. But on today, we actually have our interview with Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd. This will typically play on a Wednesday, but we're going to bless you guys today, okay? So make sure that y'all stay tuned. We also have more Author All-Stars that we're going to introduce you to that you need to go and vote for. Listen, Wealth and Words, Author All-Stars, as real as it gets, these are all segments on our show, the Vision Impact Hour. And just to give you a little update on what this show is all about, it's all about highlighting men and women who are impacting the world with their words. So listen, on today, it's just going to be another incredible show. So let's go ahead. First thing I want to do, y'all, I'm sorry, I got to pay the bills. We got a couple commercials we're going to play, and then we're going to go ahead and bring on our interview with Rhonda Stinson Boyd. So let's get into it. Real quick. We're live. Y'all go ahead, type in the comments. I want to see you in the comments. Put your city and state in the comments. Let us know where you guys are chiming in from. Let us know. Go ahead and type in the comments. And also, real quick, before we even get to the commercial, I also want to shout out E360 TV, the trajectory. I'm going to say it right. The Trajectory Network under E360 TV. If you search for the letter E, number 360 TV, you literally can find us on every single platform that streams, including all Roku, as well as Amazon and everything. So y'all, we have over 1.5 to 2 million downloads every single month. So make sure you go over there, find it on your app too, so that you don't miss anything, okay? So let's go ahead and get into our commercials, and then we'll get into our first interview.
Hello. Let me start by asking a couple of questions. One, are you one of those people that are constantly trying to figure out how they're going to get everything done? And are you one of those people who's doing all the things, but very few of the things are feeding your bank account and your business? Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Nishika Melton, and I'm your Simplified Productivity Coach. And I help you cut the BS with simple strategies that unlock higher productivity. I'm excited to be speaking in Canada, and I'm excited to be your Simplified Productivity Coach. So much so that I want you to go to nishikamelton.com. That's N as in Nancy, ICHICA, M as in money, ELTON.com, and book your free Cut the BS discovery call with me. Let's get you rocking and rolling in the right direction. Take care.
Dive into Land of Quail's house and explore your passions through writing by Dr. Dawn Menge. Presented by Blue Impressions Publishing, this outstanding journal encourages storytelling. Dive into your thoughts, unveil hidden wisdom, and unleash your true passions. For writers and entrepreneurs, Land of Quail's house is your dependable guide. Start your transformative journey at teamlitcon.org/Dawn Menge. Get your copy today and ignite your passion.
Step into the vivid streets of innovation with Blue Impressions Publishing. We're the pros in creating books with purpose, helping authors, coaches, and consultants to actualize their dreams. From custom coloring books that speak to your clients, to workbooks that set off fresh concepts, and self-help books that navigate your personal journey. Fire up your creativity and increase your income with Blue Impressions. Find out more at yourartisticexpressions.com, where words and art meet.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd, founder of Flow with Rhonda consulting firm, which empowers high-achieving women to create, maintain, and pass on generational wealth with their families. Under the leadership of Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd, the firm equips clients and essential tools for financial success and debt freedom while realizing their dreams. A passionate advocate for financial literacy, Dr. Boyd also leads the Passion to Pay project, P3, focusing on entrepreneurship and economic empowerment in underserved communities. Through her work, she emphasizes the importance of engaging children in financial education, fostering teamwork, and promoting communication to establish a legacy of wealth that spans generations. Dr. Boyd's expertise as a debt elimination specialist and real estate investor further enriches the financial journey of families she serves. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd. Right, hello, Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd. How are you doing today?
I am doing absolutely wonderful.
Oh, well, good. Well, I'm so excited to have you here. Now, I know we did the proper professional introduction and all that good stuff, but if you could, Dr. Boyd, go ahead and tell us a little bit about who you are and how did we get here today being a part of the Wealth and Words podcast?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I am Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd. I help women acquire the freedom they deserve and live a life of luxury by helping them create a lifetime income and generational wealth in 30 days or less. And how did I end up on this show? So I've been part of Book Profits Club for a while. It's almost my year anniversary. And I met you, Miss Taurea Vision Avant, through another close friend of mine, and decided that, it's time for me to write some books. And with you having this show, it was just appropriate because what I do is actually help people with wealth to actually be able to be on this show.
I love it. I love it. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about wealth, okay? And I mean, this is definitely a good title, I guess you can say, for what it is that you do. I mean, wealth and words. I mean, ultimately, this is definitely a show for men and women who are impacting the world with their words. And it's not just about financial wealth, but wealth and health, relationships, wealth in our health and Lord Jesus. Wealth in our health and wellness, and all of that. But today, yes. And you know what's funny, Dr. Rhonda, or ironic, shall we say, is that I've even seen you take a shift, not fully a shift, but add in some additional elements when it comes to building wealth. And we'll get to that in a minute. But let's talk about what you do in the financial world. So one of the things, and I have some questions here, and one of the things that we have here is talking about traditional 401ks. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't know nothing about 401ks. I was only in the corporate America life for like 1 year of my life where they even discussed what a 401k was. And I was a young girl back then. So for me, barely making it, for me to take a portion of my money and put it towards this imaginary thing I'd never been taught about, 401k, it was like, that don't make sense. I mean, I was barely surviving anyway. So I never really listened to 401k in my early 20s. But now today, it is definitely something that I wish somebody would have sat down with me and told me more and gave me a better understanding and in regard to what a 401k is. And this is something that I know that you educate your clients with. So are we talking specifically about the traditional style 401k, or are we talking about for the entrepreneurs, the speakers, the coaches who might be watching this show, a 401k that's available for them?
Yes. Can't really use the term 401k, but I do want to give a little bit of background because we never know who's watching this show, and to make sure that they understand like what a 401k is, because I believe in diversification. I believe that you can have both a 401k and a traditional, which I call Infinite Bank or My Family Bank. I actually use something called Index Universal Life to be able to grow for people who don't have the option of having a 401k. Because 401k is when you're in the corporate world. And so when you're in the corporate world, and if you're in the corporate world now, and your company provides a 401k, get it if they're matching money to it. Because who's going to give up free money? I mean, they're going to match it. Let's match it and get the free money. So it actually, free money. And so with the 401k, it goes up and down with the
Nobody explained this free money to me, though. I didn't understand it. I was like, okay, you want me to give how much of my check that I barely can afford to live off of and do what with? Okay, no. But if they were like, no, girl, this is free money that this company is giving you, I get it. So sorry to interrupt, but yeah, okay, get into
No,
it.
you're
Get into
good.
it. Mm-hmm.
You are good. I knew you probably would when I said free money. Don't give up on free money. Like, do it if they're giving you free money. Because I was introduced to 401k by my parents. My parents were blue collar workers. My father was a police officer. My mother worked for the electric company. So they had 401ks. So that was my first introduction to the investment world through that. And my daddy was like, no matter what job you on, get 401k, max it out. And I just did what he said. It didn't matter if I had enough to live on. But me and my husband bought my first house. He was like, you plan on helping to contribute? You got a lot of money going to 401k.
I saw what your account looked like, right?
I'm like, you helping with this house? And so you can restructure it, but there should be someone within your company that actually helps you with it. So the traditional 401k, and you can grow quite a bit if you're putting enough in and matching it. And you're getting the match and you don't touch it, because see, that's the thing with 401k, you can also touch it, but then you get penalized and then it goes down. But it goes up and down with the stock market. What I do with IULs, or my family bank is what I like to call it, is it doesn't go down with the stock market. So it's almost identical, except no one's matching it except you. You don't have to be within a company to get it. So it is perfect for the coaches, the authors, and everybody else that is watching this program. If you're not working a traditional job where you actually have a traditional savings, and if you look at IRAs, which is independent IRAs, I'm going to look it up. I apologize, because I don't do IRAs. So with the IRAs, it goes up and down with the stock market. With what I do, you're actually saving money within the program, and it doesn't go down. It goes up when the stock market goes up. If the stock market goes down, it levels out.
Got you. And, I think that's important to also understand, because I think a lot of people, if they're not really sure about investing into, opportunities to diversify their income, which we're going to talk a lot about that, they're afraid to do it because of the fact that, like, I don't want to invest this money and then I lose it. Right. And so there are ways to kind of ensure that you're not going to be one of these stories where, we've heard in the past where somebody put everything in there and then it's gone. Right? It's gone.
Correct.
And so can we talk a little bit about the misconceptions when it comes to, and of course, we might have anybody that's watching this show. Of course, we specifically tailor to speakers and coaches and entrepreneurs, but anybody that's right now watching and they have an idea that maybe was taught to them years ago about income investing, like investing and diversifying so that you can retire. What are some of the myths that you want to go ahead and debunk?
Well, one is, and I don't know if this is it's not really a myth, but something that we tend to do. And I have this thing, I don't believe in generational curses. I believe in generational habits, where we wait too long to get started. So we wait, you wait around 50, because I'm 51. Now it's like, oh my gosh, I'm ready to start. I don't want to keep working for the rest of my life. So now I'm thinking about it. But when you're like 30 and 40, it's the perfect time to go ahead and get started. And so it's not really a myth. It's more of this thing that we're not even thinking about it, so we can start. And so you got to start. You don't have to be a certain age to get started.
Right.
Could be the myth.
Gotcha. What else have you found as far as like just misconceptions? People think, okay, well, if I give you this $10,000, like, how am I going to get a guarantee that you're not about to take all my money, or that, or even they might think you are the person responsible
for it. Right. So that's a good one, because I think people do think that when you work with a financial professional, you think you're giving the money to them. You're not. You're giving them to companies that have been around forever. And with IULs, one of the myths is, oh, if I put my money here, one, I can't get it. If I need it, I can't get it until I'm a certain age. And that's the other thing about the 401k. You got to be 59 and a half to get it.
Without being taxed on it, or penalties, shall we say, without the penalties, right?
Yep, penalties and taxes.
Oh.
They get you both ways. So with the IULs, you that's not what happens. You can actually put the money there, it's there, and yes, you can actually get your hands on the money. Now, with my clients, the thing is when you're saving and you have a goal in place, you don't want to go in and touch it before 3 or 5 years. And if you're an entrepreneur and you've built a business, you know, them first 3 years you're building.
Yeah.
And so you have to treat wealth building the exact same way. That is not a get rich quick scheme. You're not gambling your money, which is the good thing. It does ride the stock market, but you're not losing anything. And I think a lot of times when people hear the word investing, they can immediately think that I'm going to lose. There's a risk to it. So what I do is less investing and more saving with the magical factor of compound interest on top of it.
Okay, so compound interest. Explain to those of us that we have no idea what you're talking about, because you are using a lot of your language, child. And so for those who are probably like, IUL, compound interest, girl, I'm about to click off because I don't know what you're talking about. What is compound interest? Right. Y'all need to stay on, because these are the conversations that, just like what you said, your dad told you. We don't have these conversations in many homes, right? And so a lot of times, if it sounds like something that's foreign to us as a community, you know what we do? Click off of it, turn to something else that we're more, if it goes over our head, we'll literally, let me go listen to something else that I understand, right? And it's always going to be some kind of surface level conversation that is not designed to really create true generational wealth, right? So can we talk, when you say compound interest, right? There's actually a really, really good book that I love to read, that I love to tell people to read. It's called Compound Effect. Tell us, what do you mean by saying the compound interest, and how does that work for all of us?
Okay. I love to explain that, because it either works for you or it works against you. So for like your credit card, if you ever had a credit card, the interest on a credit card is considered compound interest. You are paying interest on your interest. That's the reason why it seems like you can never get out of credit card debt. So on the flip side, using it for yourself and putting things like in IULs, which is an insurance product, a vehicle to be able to save money in, it's doing the exact same thing. So when you put $50 in and then you get interest on the $50, so then it turns into 53, you don't keep just getting interest on the 50. Now you're getting it on the $53. And every time money is added, the interest is compound on top of it. So you're not just paying interest on what you put in, you're getting paid on the growth of what you've put in also.
That's really, really good to know. I hope, listen, if you guys are getting some value so far from this was good. That was good, right? Go ahead and drop the money signs in the chat right now for those who are watching. If you're watching on E360 TV, then make sure to shoot Rhonda a DM. We'll talk about that in a minute, or message her so that you can be able to let her know that was good, right?
Love to. So yes, so My Family Bank or My Infinite Bank, you are literally doing the exact same thing that banks do. So this is the IULs and the infinite banks are, I keep wanting to use the word magical, and I don't know why I want to keep using that word, but
let's use it, okay?
Yeah, it's like magical because it's 3 parts. It does have a death benefit that goes along with it. So that's how you carry on your generational wealth. If something happens to you, now you have grown wealth for your family. Also, if something happens to you on your job, the last time I checked, if you don't work, you don't get paid. Whether you're on a job or you're your own company and you're the sole person that's working, it actually pays you out then as living benefits. But the compound interest part, I just started, I'm part of Black Women Invest, and we just did a class on private lending. I didn't know I could be a private lender, but the word tells us to be lenders and not borrowers. And so why wouldn't I be lending? So you literally could build up your bank and actually be a private lender for somebody else and then charge them interest on money that you're getting interest on also, because you borrow against the policy, you don't take it out, and then you lend them the money and then they pay you back.
Come
and
on now, wait a minute.
back.
You got my juices flowing. So let's give a scenario. So I say, Dr. Ronda, I want to take this money, this 10,000. I would like to invest it into, something, IUL. I don't know what that stands for, but IUL, right? You know what it stands for because you're the professor.
Yeah, Index Universal Life.
There you go. Index Universal Life, right? So I say I got 10 grand. I have this money and I want to invest, but then on a monthly basis, I would also like to contribute to it or whatever. Even if I start off with 500 and I gradually grow that up, right? And so now let's just say I'm deciding to get into the space where I want to maybe work with some smaller businesses that need small investments. 5,000, 10,000. I've been able to build it up to where I've got enough money in my IUL to where I have capital that I could use as a loan. So I get with Jane Doe and she says, this is what I need. I need $5,000. Here's my business plan. Here, whatever you want to make of it, to require. Correct. And then you said, I'm going to go ahead and award you the 5,000 with this amount of percentage on it that you would pay on a monthly basis. So now I can then be able to borrow against that money, loan that to Jane Doe, still earn interest as I'm continuously investing, and earn the monthly payments that she's paying to me.
That is correct. That is the correct. Now, $5,000, I probably would give her 6 months to pay it back, and it wouldn't be monthly. She just need to give me my money back with interest.
That's really, really good, especially for people that there are many of us who do have some capital. And whether we've come into money, listen, I came into money, and I'm going to just be real transparent. When my father passed away, he had insurance. And unfortunately, didn't know what to do with it, right? And so I just had this money that I didn't necessarily go blow it, but doggone it, what if I would have learned how to be able to utilize this opportunity of an IUL to invest in and then create opportunities for other entrepreneurs?
Yes, you got it. That is exactly. If anybody is listening to this and someone passes and you don't know what to do with the money, because the money can only last one time. Like you can only spend it once. So why not put it somewhere that you can spend it over and over and over again? So you get a life insurance. Somebody has a life insurance policy. You're the beneficiary of it. You get them buried. Something's left over. Now let's start your own bank. Put that money in and let that money work for you over and over and over again.
Okay, so that is amazing, Dr. Boyd. Listen, you've got my mind thinking, and for many people that are in that space where you want to be able to learn how to make your money work for you, that is what you need to do. Now, we're going to shift gears real quick because, of course, as you know, we love highlighting individuals who are using their words to impact the world, which you are doing right now. But we also like to talk about being an author. I am a big advocate for authors. So talk to us a little bit about the books that you have put out there and how you are using them to also just bring more people into learning about getting their infinite banking system and being able to have that money that's going to be able to pass down to generations and generations.
Yes, I am a 4-time author now. Yes. Investing Made Easy, a family affair. I also have revamped, in every last one of my books, I do educate people on the infinite banking. The entrepreneur was my entrepreneurial journey that I have. And then, of course, we have Voices of Change, which is my newest book. that I have that's going to Ghana with me. Investing Made Easy. I did this book for families. I love, Taurea, when we first came on, you talked about us not having conversations about money, about, you were never, no one talked to you about having a 401k, how it was matched, things like that. This book gets the conversations started. It actually goes to beginning the conversation, the emotional things about money. It also talks about getting generational wealth and passing it down and keeping it. But it really gets you having those conversations. And what I've been doing is I've been actually leveraging my books to reach out to schools, to get into schools, to do financial workshops, things like that, because I didn't write a book to sell a book. I wrote a book to leverage a book because somebody taught me that. Somebody taught me that. So I am using these books and all of my books to actually open up the world, to get my foot in the doors of places I normally would not be able to get into without having a book, because it's like this, it's a blueprint. So now when you have a blueprint within a book, it just makes it so much easier to talk about it and to get into those spaces.
You have never lied. And that's one of the things that we definitely advocate for the Book Profits Club, is just understanding that we don't have books for the selling of it, but for the leveraging of it so that we can sell whatever our business products or services are. And so I love that. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions and we're going to wrap this thing on up. But the first question that I want to ask you, right? If you could go back, the infamous question that can say, if you could go back and tell your younger self any piece of advice, what would you tell your younger self?
Start now. I would have started, and I did start with 401k and things like that. I didn't realize how powerful they would be. I knew nothing about infinite banking at that age, but now that I know, it's like, even though my target audience is that 50 and above, the more we talk to our 20 and 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds, and they see, oh, let me start now, because part of the money that goes into your infinite banking goes toward a death benefit. And the younger you are and the healthier you are, the less money that needs to go there. So their money actually works more because of that. So for me, I would love for someone to have told me about infinite banking, about getting an IUL, using that. We think we're on the top of the world. And a lot of things that was presented to us was life insurance. It wasn't, save your money within life insurance and do it the right way so that down the line, if you decide to be your own business owner, you would have retirement. I wasn't taught that. So that's what I would have loved to have someone have told me. Start early and don't mess your credit up at a young age. because a lot of our wealth is tied up in paying too much things that we pay credit for. If your credit's not good, that means your car insurance is higher, your mortgage interest rate is higher. You got the things that you wanted, but you're paying for it at a cost. And now it's eating up that extra $100, $200 that you could have been saving and putting away for later is getting ate up in that. And so we have to think about those things at a younger age. And anybody that's out there that got great credit and you're making great money, and okay, now let's shift. Now it's time to start saving.
Amen to that. Listen, if I could touch and agree with you, because I remember even when I turned 18 and you start getting those credit offers and you like credit card offers, you like, oh, they better give me $1,000. Oh, I'm rich.
Correct. Correct. Let me go buy me some earrings and stuff. I'm gonna pay it back.
Went through that, right? Ain't got no money. Talking about you gonna pay it back.
Pay it
And so, man, yes, starting early. Now another thing, and just to also kind of shift gears a little bit more, because I have seen you even go into a different space that is more on the mental side. And, as entrepreneurs, as individuals who are focused on being able to achieve those things that the world tells us that we should achieve, financial success, having the right relationships, being in shape, I do find that many of us are kind of losing touch with self. And I've noticed that you have put together some really, really great things for women that are looking for that balance. Can you tell us a little bit about what you have going on?
I can. So mindset, and I talk about emotional, the emotional side of money, but there's a mindset when it comes to wealth. You have to become wealthy in your mind way before you ever get the money. Because if you get it too fast before you have the right mindset, then guess what happens? You lose it. You see it with lottery winners all the time. They win all of this money, and then within 2 to 3, they're filing bankruptcy within 2 to 3 years. So it all starts in the mind. And one of the things, I have a group that is going on, is my abundance group, with a group of ladies where we are actually focusing on our wins and focusing on expectations, because what you focus on is where your attention goes. And so you have to, and to be intentional in anything, you have to have a focus. And so we meet up with each other. We do quarterly retreats together to get into the same space with each other. But daily, we have a journal that I've created that you can actually go on my website to get. But it's where you sit down and write down your wins. Because one of the things that I know for sure is the bad stuff can be so loud. You can have a bad moment and it becomes a bad day, all because you focused on the noise of what went wrong, versus reflecting back on your wins. We win every day. Every year I try to sit down, and that's one of the things that we're going to do at the retreat, is we're going to actually sit down and do an accomplishment board. You see people doing vision boards all the time. They vision out what they want. But did they ever sit back and go back and but what did I accomplish? Because if you don't focus on it, it just slips away, and it just seems like you're living every day and it's just 24 hours. My whole thing is you should love the life that you live. And the only way for you to love the life that you live is to pay attention. Notice what you're noticing every day, making sure that you're capturing thoughts that don't belong to you, and understanding that you are a winner and that you are victorious. And so every day, either before they go to bed or when we get up, we actually sit down, we write down our wins from the day before, and then we write down, what are we expecting? Because sometimes, we get up, okay, I'm going to work, I'm doing this, I got this list, but then we have no expectations of how our day is to go. We have to remember that everything that we speak becomes life. You are exactly where you are because of the words you spoke yesterday, the day before, and years before. So we create our worlds. So what are you creating? You get an opportunity to create the world around you. So in order to do that, one, celebrate yourself with your wins and be in expectation.
I love it. I love it. And, I know that many, hopefully, for sure, many women and even some men, they're like connecting to this and really connecting to not just only focusing on getting the wins, but learning to celebrate ourselves, not taking every single day so serious too. Like sometimes we just calm down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we just be chasing after. I gotta be a millionaire. Well, first let's just make our first $1,000. Okay,
correct.
Yes. I gotta lose 100 pounds. Can we first celebrate the first 5? Can we do that?
Right. Or 2 pounds.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, or 2 pounds. Or 1. Let's celebrate you was able to do 10 sit-ups consecutively.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Correct.
absolutely. I'm definitely with that. Well, Dr. Rhonda, it's been a pleasure having you here today. Can you let everybody know, I know you got a free goodie, how people can get in touch with you? How can they connect?
They can connect with me at www.flowwithrhonda.com, and that's FLOWWITH, and it's Rhonda without the H, RONDA.com. And there you will see a free masterclass and a free ebook for you all. And yeah, so you can find me there. Please go. The ebook is actually the 4 steps in creating your own bank. And the masterclass is actually all of the benefits of actually having your own bank, because it's much more than just being able to lend other people money, but there are some other benefits that go along with that. The compound interest is only a part of it. And so you do want to be your own bank. And again, you can go to www.flow, FLOW with WITH, Rhonda, RONDA.com.
I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, flowwithrhonda.com. Make sure y'all pull up on her, guys. Seriously, she's doing some incredible things. She just has me excited having conversations about, really, I mean, honestly, if I could be transparent, this is like the first time where I've seen so many people amongst my community that are in a space where we do have passive income that we can invest, not just investing for the future, but investing to really build real life generational wealth. And you've got to get with Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd by going to flowwithrhonda.com. So make sure you guys plug in. Listen, it has been a privilege and a pleasure. I hope that y'all enjoyed this interview as much as I did, okay? Make sure y'all plug into her. If you are watching us guys on TV, please make sure you go over to that website right now and plug in. Y'all, that was another edition of our Wealth and Words. Well, it's time for us to go ahead and get back to the Vision Impact Hour, because it's about that time for us to get into as real as it gets. But first, we have some commercials. So we'll do a quick commercial break, and then we're going to get into some real conversation, okay? I'm going to holler at y'all in a minute. Deuces. All right. You guys, hasn't this show been so incredible thus far? I hope you guys have truly been enjoying it and enjoying our commercials, enjoying everything and all of that good stuff. Now what we're going to do is shift gears, and we're going to introduce you guys to some of our Author All-Stars. Now, let me just tell you guys, Author All-Stars, this is our 3rd annual. Last year, the city of Atlanta even gave us our own day, December the 15th, Author All-Stars Day. We have 50 authors who have been selected out of 1,000 applications, 200 interviews. And so today you get a chance to see some more of our Author All-Stars that you can vote for and make sure that they hit the top 20 authors of the year. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Ready to kickstart your speaking career or level up your brand in 2025? Join us for the New Year, New You virtual conference, a month-long speaking event to position you as the expert in your field. As a speaker, you'll get 2 speaking opportunities, a dedicated 20 to 45-minute slot recorded to capture that live energy, and a seat on a live panel streaming on the Vision Impact Hour, our TV show with over 1.5 million downloads each month. Want fresh leads? You'll receive the full registration list on January 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. We're guaranteeing at least 500 new leads, value worth over $2,500 in ad spend, all for just $250. Nervous about your first talk? No worries. We're hosting 2 live training sessions in December to set you up with powerful speaking techniques, recommended equipment, and all the pro tips you need. Your talk will live on long after January, on our YouTube and TV platforms, reaching new audiences over and over. Plus, you have the option to join our collaboration book and order custom promo videos to boost your marketing. Transform your speaking journey this new year. We only have 30 spots and they're filling up fast. Don't miss your chance to start 2025 with impact and visibility. New year, new you. Your stage is waiting.
Hey there, parents. Imagine a world where your children can navigate social media with ease and understanding. Let me introduce you to Kaysen LLC. Formed in 2017, Kaysen helps kids safely explore the digital landscape. They focus on social-emotional development, bullying identification, and mental health. Kaysen prepares kids for social media readiness. They also cover perseverance, mindset, and video games' effects on the brain. Kaysen provides resources for parents to engage in meaningful conversations about internet use. Organizations like Camp Extreme endorse Kaysen's platform. Kaysen offers support for children with learning differences. Based in Pennsylvania, Kaysen's reach is global. Let's embrace this resource and make the online world safer for our kids. With Kaysen LLC, the future of internet safety looks brighter than ever.
Uncover the secret to running a successful family childcare business with DeShonda Jennings. Her unique approach intertwines early childhood education with faith and compassion, creating a nurturing environment for our future leaders. DeShonda doesn't just stop there. She's also empowering fellow providers through her innovative childcare coaching methods. Featured in influential outlets like Soigné and Swank, We Empower, and more, her impact is widely recognized. So if you are an aspiring childcare provider seeking to learn how to build a successful business, make sure that you reach out to DeShonda today. Go to her free resource, 10mistakes-to-avoid.com, where you can download her ebook that's going to teach you the mistakes that people typically make when starting a childcare business. Again, 10mistakes-to-avoid.com. We will see you there.
At Tanyel Miller Fitness, we are firm believers in healthy living from the inside out. Our team of experts is dedicated to helping moms and caregivers evolve into the best version of themselves. With a master certified personal trainer, a certified nutritional coach with a medical background, a licensed clinical social worker, and an accountability coach, we provide holistic support to help women drastically decrease depression, build confidence, and prioritize their health and well-being. Our goal is to help you transform your body, mind, and mood so you can reclaim your happiness and thrive. Discover the power of fitness from the inside out. Find out more at fitbytm.com.
Karen Larkin is the founder of Karina's Design Studio. She is a compassionate and skilled interior designer who has firsthand experience with life's hardships. Understanding the profound impact of the environment on mental health and well-being, she dedicates her work to helping entrepreneurs and individuals who struggle with depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic events. Karen specializes in creating peaceful and tranquil spaces that foster creativity, boost productivity, and alleviate stress. Her designs are more than aesthetic. They are a pathway to healing, offering solace and serenity. By blending functionality with tranquility, Karen's spaces promote overall well-being, empowering her clients and thrive in both their personal and professional lives. Dr. Dawn Menge has won 90 international literacy awards and 120 Film Festival Awards as the published author of the Queen Vernita's educational series and Queen Giggle's Kingdom, including the Special Recognition Champion Award from Conquering Disabilities with Film, Best Written Word Form, Miracle Makers Film, Hollywood Dreams Film, International Author Boss Award from Power Conversations Magazine, and Success Magazine's 2023 Women of Influence. Her published work also includes the 6 federal individual educational plan goals and the effectiveness of their implementation in preparing for transition. Dr. Dawn has a PhD in education. She specializes in curriculum and instruction. She also holds a master's and a clear credential in moderate severe disabilities and a bachelor's degree in human development. Dr. Dawn Menge has been teaching students with severe cognitive delays for over 20 years and mentors/lectures graduate students. Dr. Dawn Menge is a mother of 3 and a grandmother of 6 beautiful grandchildren. In fact, let's see a video from Dr. Dawn Menge.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Dawn Menge, and I am one of the 50 authors in the 2024 Authors All-Stars. I would appreciate your vote for the top 20 authors. I have The Land of Quail's House. We have 15 books in the series. It has won 90 literary awards and 135 film awards. We also offer a writing book that helps you bring your passions and your experiences to your work. Vote for me. Thank you.
All right, everybody. So listen, so we're back. So real quick, this segment is called As Real as It Gets. Let's go ahead and play the phone.
Who run it? Who run it? Who run it? Who run it? Who run it?
Yes. So what do I want to talk about today? So listen, every single week we're going to have different conversations. I'm going to bring people on and we're going to just have real conversations. It's designed to, add a little spice to our show. And what I want to talk about, y'all, is the coaching industry. Now, I have been in the coaching industry for a long time, okay? If I were to count the amount of years that I've been in the coaching industry, coaching in network marketing, and then also having my own coaching business, that has been since 2009. I actually launched, though, my own coaching business 2015. So a long time. I mean, as a full-time coach doing nothing else, it'll be a year for me that I've been in this industry. And so this is not a fly-by-night situation, right? But unfortunately, this is what I'm seeing a lot take place right now. I'm seeing so much happen in the industry, and I really want you guys to pay attention. See, more than ever, guys, well, let me just say this. During the pandemic, y'all remember that time everybody was shut down? We couldn't leave our houses. We were just bored, had a little bit of money, wanted to spend it on stuff. So what was happening was there were so many people that were growing in this information industry, so many coaches that were growing. And listen, I'm a big advocate for the coaching industry. I think it is, for me, it has been a life changer, not because of the income that I make, but because of the people that I've been able to impact. It has just been a huge blessing, right? Thanks to God, and this is all thanks to God, I've been able to have a full-time income for now over 10 plus years, right? But one of the things that was happening during the pandemic is that a lot of people were home and they were investing tremendously into coaching programs. And so you saw all of these coaches really grow out of nowhere. And it really created a false sense of reality. I mean, I was hearing people that were on, the Clubhouse and all type of things, making money from people they never even met, like people just paying for $5,000 packages and things of that nature. And honestly, guys, that was incredible. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I didn't jump in the wave of the Clubhouse. I missed out on it. I'm just not a big conversationalist. And all I used to see with Clubhouse is people be on them joints for hours. And I was like, baby, this get me worn out. Okay. And so for me, I didn't jump into it. Not to say that, looking at it today, would I have done it knowing what I know today? Probably. But you had a lot of people that launched coaching businesses. And honestly, they were not necessarily in it for the long term. They were in it for the quick gain, shall we say. Right. And again, no shots thrown or no shots, whatever it was the word, shots blown. I mean, it is what it is. I'm just telling you the truth. And so a lot of people started investing into these coaching industries. And now we are in a day where people are literally information out. They're tired of the courses. They're tired of the lives. Trust me, I know, because I even see it within our community of Book Profits Club. I mean, we might have 20% of the people to show up to our weekly meetings that are, by the way, amazing. But people are just tired of information. They're tired of doing a weekly call. They're tired of doing coaching sessions. They're tired of one-on-one. Really, what people are looking for has shifted. And if you are in the coaching industry, please listen to me, okay? You're gonna have to shift with the changes. Today, more than ever, what people are willing to invest into or what people will spend money on is not necessarily the coaching, but community. Have you built a community of people that people want to be around? That is one thing that you can do that can separate you from other people. So it's not just only keeping your information or just sharing the information to your clients, but have you built a way where people can get to know other people? Now, I will tell you, a lot of times I do see in the coaching industry, people don't really know or like to build the communities because it does open you up to a lot. Listen, trust me, I have had people that have come into the community, built strong relationships, and left the community and brought people with them. Okay. I mean, it's just a part of the game. That happens in network marketing too. Right. And so, but still people want to feel like they're a part of something. And so building a community is everything. Another thing that I've seen a lot of coaches get into is offering the opportunity of experience. You know, it's this young lady right now, she does private jet trips. In fact, I even know a gentleman who does it as well. People are spending $30,000, $40,000 to be on these private jets. Not that they're learning anything new. The information has not changed. It is still the same, but they're investing into these experiences. Now, granted, you might not be able to do the private jet, but you can do exclusive retreats or dinners or luncheons. I've seen people spend money to go and be at an Airbnb mansion so they can be amongst influencers. I've seen people spend some money for that. And so there's opportunities for you to be able to create experiences for people. And that's what people will invest in. And even in that experience, let's say it's a mastermind and you create an experience. Maybe you do something like we're doing trips to Ghana and we're doing trips to Dubai. You know, just got back from a trip from the Dominican Republic. And so going to nice international places are experiences where at the same time you can also create an environment for growth, an environment for learning. And then another thing that I'm seeing people invest into are actual deliverables, right? So what is something that you can do for your clients? You know, it used to be in the coaching industry, they had done for you and then you do it yourself, right? But most people now, they're willing to invest into opportunities to have stuff done for them. For example, in Book Profits Club, we actually literally just brought on someone who is pitching our BPC members to get on podcasts because our BPC members are not going to do it. Well, some do. Some actually do pitch themselves, but I already know. And so we have 2 tiers of memberships. And our higher tier, we literally pinpoint podcasts for our members and pitch them. For our lower tier, what we do is we find podcasts that are looking for guests, and we will offer that to all of our BPC members. But of course, when you get a higher tier, you get more. But this is an actual deliverable where they don't really have to do much work. It's already, hey, here's a podcast. Or for another thing that we do is we offer 50% off of all types of media articles, right? Whether you want to get as high as Forbes or you want to get into a local, maybe community magazine, digital magazine. Well, we're offering that. And one thing I know is that recognition gets recognized. And so if we can create the platforms, opportunities, we're going to do it. You know how I know that for a fact that people love deliverables, love when you can give them something that they could, you know, maybe they can learn how to do it themselves, but hey, let's go ahead and put you on. I have a specific example. We had a client one time where we were getting her booked on so many different podcasts, so many different magazines, and she called me and we did one of our calls. She said, I'm about to quit my job. I said, no, whoa, because she hadn't even acquired any customers, any clients. Okay. And so that was like, and now I told her, don't do that. I told her not to do that. But that led me to understand that sometimes when people can get like that deliverable, when people can get services, stuff that maybe that you can teach them how to do, but you can offer it for them as an option that you do it for them, man, you'll have people that will love you to life. Like we create a website for our clients that is their hook item page. We have an all-in-one software where we create all the emails. We do a lot of different things that set our clients up for success. And so as a coach, what can you actually offer to your clients? Well, that's as real as it gets today. It's not as long, but we're going to have more conversations. Listen, drop your location in the chat Also, if you have a question that you would like to ask that we can actually discuss on As Real as It Gets, and it doesn't just have to be business, it could be anything, dating, it could be finance, it could be, I don't care. I'll bring somebody up here. Go ahead and drop that in a comment. Okay, y'all. Well, that is today's show. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I pray that you are having an incredible day. And I look forward to seeing you on our next show. We air every Wednesday and Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.